What's up, guys? Welcome back to World of Two Comic Club. Justin here, and today is another 2-day recap for September 11th and 12th. So let's just get into it, keep this video short. So we did do no trades on the 11th, but we did several trades on the 12th, and I'll post them on the screen here so you can see. I sold my Apple calls, and I think at this point I was just kind of trying to take profits. I wasn't too confident, or maybe I was because I bought some 235 calls, and I think what I wanted to do was I wanted to free up some cash. As you can see, is I bought Tilray calls after that, Square, AMD, Canopy Growth. So definitely was taking some of those profits to split it up. Trying to get more into those cannabis stocks. Again, this was back in September, and I made a video about what happened there. So you all mostly know what happened there. So let's just keep moving. So the stocks did pretty well on this day on the 11th. You can see mostly green. So, really good finish. Let's just go right to our winners. So we had a really good day on the 11th. We made about $9,300. So really stoked. Our Apple calls did do very well, and Amazon did well also. And then Apple, we had some more calls. We had a lot of Apple calls at this point in time, and this was when Apple was doing very well. We're going to talk about Apple though at the end of this video. Some current stuff just happened. I want to talk about it. So you can see our losers here, our QQQ put. Man, I really wish I still had that put. I actually had 10 of them. Oh my gosh, I would have cleaned up on those. I just noticed that as I was editing this. And that sucks because I would have made quite a bit of money on that. But again, the stocks were doing well, so I was losing a lot of money with that one. So I didn't end up holding onto that one for too long, which sucks. But anyways, let's go to the next day. So the Dow, let's fast forward through how they did. It was pretty red and green. So the Dow finished up, NASDAQ finished down, and Netflix had a good day that day. So did Tesla. But let's go to our winners and losers. So our Tesla call was our top performer. We had $1,600, and I think Share, or one of my subscribers, was asking if I could put my total gain when I show this part. And what I'm going to do is, from now, whenever I make a trade, and I am putting it into the computer while editing, I will make sure to put the total gain on the new ones that I added to the file when I'm editing. So you'll see that some of them will have the total gain there, and I will keep track of that as I do it. So our losers here, we have Nvidia at the bottom, and then again Apple was the trade that I made on the 12th. So I'm putting the purchase price there. You can see it was $13,260 for those 5 calls, and after the first day, already down 5%. So not great. So now I just want to talk about the articles because there wasn't really that many that interested me at this point in time, but I will post some in the description below. But this one I thought was funny. Dow gains 114 points as trade worries fade. I feel like I've seen a headline like that before. So I just hate this stuff. Annoys me when I see this because it's literally like the same headlines. It's just like it just toggles between trade worries fade, people are worried about the trade tariffs. So it's like it's just back and forth. Anyways, this article I did not know. EA faces prosecution in Belgium over FIFA 19 loot boxes. Again, this was back in September, but I didn't know that Belgium was filed a lawsuit against EA saying that their loot boxes were gambling. I personally don't quite agree with that because I feel like with gambling, you're betting money and you have the chance to lose money and like come away with nothing. With a loot box, you're guaranteed to get something. So I don't know if it fully qualifies, but again, that's just my opinion. I mean, if you don't like what you're getting in loot boxes, I feel like you should just not spend money on it. So I don't know why it's such a big deal. But anyways, let's just go to the next one. This one kind of made me laugh. AT&T CEO calls HBO the Tiffany of subscription video on demand. Netflix the Walmart. So basically what he's saying is HBO is like Tiffany, like you pay way more money for the same product and that you can get cheaper somewhere else. That's basically how I took it because HBO doesn't have that much content, and the only good shows that I personally watch on HBO are Game of Thrones and Silicon Valley. I know there might be other shows on there that people watch, but like compared to Netflix, they're in two completely different ballparks. Netflix has way more content and it's less money. If you were to subscribe to HBO, I believe it's like $10 a month for your cable package. I don't know how much it is standalone, but still, for what you're getting, it's way overpriced in my opinion. I would not pay more than like $2 a month for HBO because I really only watch 2 shows. So like why pay that when I could pay $8 and get like hundreds of shows and movies and everything on Netflix, original content. You get so much more with Netflix. So That guy's just kind of dumb, I think. Anyways, okay, so at this point in time, September 12th, it was when Apple unveiled, all their new iPhones. There were a lot of headlines about it. They're expected to raise the price, though they raised prices a little bit, bring in more OLED screens. They were expected to sell, but they didn't quite do well. And that brings me to the headline from January 2nd, 2019, current news. Apple basically announced that they're, really pulling back their guidance on how many iPhones they sold this last quarter. And I think they're going to report they said they're reporting the official results, which I think they meant earnings, at the end of this month. And I could be wrong, so please correct me if I'm wrong about that, because I haven't looked too much into it. But basically, it said Apple expects revenue of $84 billion for the period, and analysts polled by FactSet had expected Apple's revenue to be about 9% higher, $91.3 billion. It said the official results are scheduled to be released January 29th. Tim Cook traced most of the revenue drop to China, which, they're not huge Apple fans over there. And that, the way I see it is, Apple is Apple. They have money. They're not stupid. Tim Cook is a very smart individual. If this quarter is particularly bad for them, I feel like they're going to learn from that. They're going to improve. They're going to make changes. They're going to do something so that they don't keep having crappy quarters like this. It makes sense, right? If you were Tim Cook, wouldn't you do the same thing? I feel like they're going to take this as a learning opportunity. They're really trying to get those new suppliers to drive the cost down so they don't have to charge so much for their phones. And I think next year's phone is going to be that much better because of it, because of all the stuff that's happening this year. So that kind of segues into this next article that I saw. For Warren Buffett, sinking Apple shares is a wish come true. And so this article basically says, Warren Buffett has stated before he wishes Apple would pull back so he could buy more shares. It looks like he's going to get that opportunity, so we should all pay attention to the headlines to see if he does buy some more shares over the next week or so. Me personally, I would love to buy some more shares. I recently actually sold my shares last week, most of my shares, and then some of my calls. I think all my calls, actually. I don't think I have any calls for Apple anymore. So I kind of dodged a bullet, but that was a rare bullet dodge because I've been getting slammed everywhere else. But I do want to look at buying Apple again. I think if it's in the low 140s, it'd be hard not to. I really do think it'd be hard not to. I thought 160 was ridiculously low when I made that video a little while back. Is Apple a buy in December? Yeah, so I think Apple's going to be attractive for a lot of investors. I think Warren Buffett's going to buy some more shares. I think a lot of people are going to buy some more shares. Yeah, I wouldn't go all in on Apple right now because we could be in a bear market and all stocks could fall for a long time. But I'm keeping a close eye on it, so let's just leave it at that. So comment below if you guys are looking at buying Apple now that it pulled back even more. I would be interested to hear how many of you guys are looking to buy into Apple again. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, thanks again for checking out this video. If you want another way to support the channel, please check out that Patreon link up there at the top. You get access to my private Discord server where we chat about different companies we're looking at investing in. I also post my current trades in real time as well as news headlines with little mini summaries. And you can also get discounts on any merchandise that we sell, like a shirt like this, for example. And if you want to just subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that as well. You can just click that black logo there at the bottom. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.